There is no place that EXO has been more than Paris. Run there, seen cars there.
And different to anything else.
I think it's fantastic. I genuinely really impressed.
So we looked up where some of the key players for France grew up around Paris, in what's known as the banlieue, which apparently is French for suburb, but is often associated with negative connotations and the idea that there's only really riots or deprivation in these areas. And we wanted to see how much of that was actually true. So I went down to the desk of the hotel and found a guy who could give us a car.
Driver.
Could you rent a driver for me?
Where do you want to go?
That would take us to these places, and very quickly found out how far away it was from Paris and how stupid it was to think that I could drive to all these places in a day. But the guy behind the counter helped me out. Will seemed like a nice guy. And so we went to go and see where Kante first played his games, where Mbappe put down the roots for his football, and where Pogba did some of his growing up.
It's your address.
Yeah.
Mbappe, yes. I look in TV.
And Mbappe is the best player in France?
Mbappe?
The best.
Actually, yes.
Yeah? So the first place we're heading to is N'Golo Kante's home stadium. At the time, the team really favoured a lot of big, powerful players. And Kante, of course, is tiny, and for a long time was one of the smallest players on the team. He always had his eyes wide open and a little smile. We never spoke, but he listened. He'd come, he'd train, he'd leave. And then, and suddenly it was time to... Cavani, yeah?
Cavani?
Yeah.
Ah, wait, very nice.
Yeah. You like Cavani?
Yes, he's a very nice player.
He's not playing?
No, Edison Cavani, not titulaire.
We both put it into Google Translate. Cavani doesn't, that's good for you. That's good for France. But this is where Kante's first football club was. This, right here. You know what? I expected it to be not like this. This was his first club. And they called him Petit Pas or Petit Pou, which means little thumb in French. This is probably one of the pitches that N'Golo Kante learned his football on. Tiny N'Golo. This itself, right here, could be the thing which took rubbish away from N'Golo Kante. Right. Good. What's the next one?
Mbappe.
France against Uruguay.
I think France will win. Really impressed with the way that they fought against Argentina, and Mbappe, of course, became the global superstar that we always knew he was going to be.
Yes. Mbappe played, this is AS Bondy. There's some lovely stories about him just loving to play PlayStation as well and wanting to pick Neymar and things like that. Bear in mind this kid's only 19 and he's lit Argentina up. So we're gonna go see where it all started and the first club for him. This is where we go.
Yes. It's small club, very small club.
But famous because of Mbappe.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I see. This is where Mbappe started out. Electric pace as a kid. And of course he's only gotten quicker since he went to Paris Saint-Germain. He used to come down here with his dad, listening on the team talks as a tiny kid. He's always been in a dressing room. He's always been around the sport. He's always been playing. He's always been doing something. And this is the place which a lot of people say was his first club, helped to shape him. And even though he went to Clairefontaine, they say this has always been a place which stuck with him and gave him something valuable which he's always kept with him. A place like Bondy simply has values you keep wherever you go. And back in 2005, this was a place where there were riots. A lot of people had a hard time reconciling what was going on, and so these areas became portrayed as slums and sort of became demonized in the media.
I suppose Nicolas Sarkozy, of recent French politicians, stirred this up and almost demonized a certain part of French society. The word he used was very emotive when he was discussing rioters, called them racailles, which loosely translates as scum, rabble. People from the banlieue have had to prove themselves since then as like normal human beings, which is ludicrous.
A lot of people now live in areas where there were riots and they probably don't even know that much about them. While Mbappe was growing up here, it probably was quite different to what it is now. Whenever you think of France, you think of Paris, Lyon, Marseille, and those are the places that we all remember as English fans. I don't think you often see where the players grow up. Genuinely, this feels like one of the stock stadiums on FIFA. This is probably a goal that Mbappe scored in. Sorry. And these young guys are at the centre of everything that happens during their time on the pitch. So many people in the country just stop and watch. I didn't really think Paul Pogba would grow up in a place which was so much like Burton-on-Trent. Down the road is his first club, US Roissy. From the top of the 16 story tower blocks, you can see a small stand and pitch. A little football club where dreams come true. What? So he basically said, no filming. Wow, okay. This is his shirt?
Paul Pogba.
At the very top. And look at all these trophies too. You're a good club.
Ah oui.
Thank you. This is where Paul Pogba played. And this is the pitch he played on. Probably scored a goal in there. And I don't know that I expected that Paul Pogba would have played here. I think there's almost something more inspirational about that than there is about him growing up in a big, built-up city like Paris.
quand je vois ces deux demi-finales, pour moi, je vois la France aller au bout et être champion du monde.